What is going on, guys? My name is 4G. So today I wanted to make a quick video just talking about the brand new exclusive item that has recently been put back into the item shop. This is a cosmetic item that was never supposed to release, and I think it is absolutely fantastic. Even as someone who has this emote already, because it is an emote, I am glad that this item has finally made a return, even though it was in fact listed as limited time, just like the Renegade Raider was, by the way, even though people still want to deny that for some reason. I don't understand it. That is the reason why I think it's kind of weird that they didn't release battle passes, but they released the Renegade Raider. Yes, it was supposed to be a limited time rare item that was never supposed to return, but regardless, the point is, going back to this, the emote that we're talking about is the Go Home emote. This was supposed to be only available around the time for the end event, when the end event for Season X was supposed to release. This was over 2,000 days ago, or almost 6 years ago at this point. October 10th, 2019 was when this was put in the shop, and it has not been available ever since it left the shop. Until now, they have now put it back into the shop, and I think this is absolutely fantastic. This is great news for anybody who wants to see more exclusive skins or items being re-released in the future, because I do believe this gives hope for that kind of thing. Because why are they just releasing all of these old items again? Yeah, it's accidental. Yeah, it's accidental, all right. That's why they updated it a couple days ago. Leakers could see that it was updated in the files, already waiting to go for them to put it back in the shop. And when it comes to Paradigm, the fact that they did not refund anybody and take it out of their account, I think right away that proves that this was never supposed to be accidental. They are experimenting and trying to get people used to the idea of exclusive items potentially releasing, and I think they're doing it slowly over time. They keep doing it more and more and more. Every few months, there's something that was supposed to be exclusive making a return. I don't understand it. They do this so often now that there's no way it is by accident. But with the Paradigm skin, people who had that skin got an OG style. I'm not exactly sure if they got it yet or if it was like the Renegade Raider where they're just taking their time to release it for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why they did that with the Renegade Raider, by the way. But regardless, I do think this is amazing to see for sure, because like I said, it gives us hope that they will possibly release other things in the future, such as battle pass skins. And yes, this also proves that it doesn't matter if they list it as limited time, as never going to return, unobtainable ever again. It does not matter what they market these skins or cosmetics in general as. It matters what they want to do. It is their skins. It is their original emotes. It does not matter what they market it as. At the end of the day, you signed the EULA when you got on the game to play the game, and that EULA stated that they can do whatever they want with their cosmetics. So realistically, it doesn't matter if it says limited time. It doesn't matter if it says any of these things. You should always expect them to be able to release it at any point. Now, I didn't think that they would do this because it has been over half a decade and this item has not been released. But then again, they did the same thing with the Renegade Raider. So I don't know why they're waiting. Maybe they're trying to do these types of things slowly over time in order to get people used to the idea of exclusive items potentially making a return. That way, if they do want to down the road bring back something that is far larger, such as an old battle pass, they can do so, and people are already kind of used to that idea. This is how companies do things all the time. They get you used to a particular thing, and then they increase it over time slowly. They don't do it all at once. So with the Renegade Raider releasing, it wouldn't have made sense for them to then release all the battle passes right after, because the people who might not be interested in that idea might find it a bit jarring that they all of a sudden are releasing all of these old cosmetics all at once. I mean, that's probably not the only reason. It's probably also a bunch of different reasons, like it's probably just better to keep people patiently waiting so that they can reuse these in the future and resell these skins down the road. I don't know if the game ever starts dying, they could use it as an unvaulted skin event or something. But also another example of that is Netflix. They start at $10 and they go to $12 after a couple of months. Eventually, they end up somehow at $20. I mean, I don't know if that's actually what it is. I can't remember. But either way, the point is they just slowly increase things over time. They do this type of stuff all the time, and I would be willing to bet that they are doing this so that they can release other exclusive items in the future, and I am very glad to see that. And I am someone who owns every single battle pass that's ever existed. I have not missed a single battle pass skin. They've all been completed since the day that Fortnite has had a battle pass from the beginning, and I still think that there are so many unique cosmetics in this game that are locked behind time that I think should just make a return already, okay? Especially when it comes to Chapter 1 skins. Maybe not the early ones. I mean, I think that they're awesome, but I do think some of the things that you get in the Chapter 1 battle passes are still unmatched when it comes to original skin quality. Original skins, original emotes, whatever it might be. I mean, not exactly the skins themselves, because of course some of them are just reskins of Ramirez or whatever, but what I mean by that is the actual emotes back then were absolutely amazing. They were definitely high quality. Now they just get whatever copywritten TikTok dance that they can get and they throw it in the game. I'm not saying it's that easy, but you know what I mean. It's nothing original, nothing that felt like it was part of the community. Like for an example, the Orange Justice, that might not technically have been original from Fortnite themselves, but it was a part of the Boogie Down contest. Well, that person didn't win, I don't think, but it was popular popular enough that they eventually did put it in Chapter 1 Season 4. Things like that don't exist nowadays. Nowadays, they just throw in, like I said, whatever TikTok dance. It just feels lifeless and soulless, whereas you go to Chapter 1 stuff, it's amazing. The music packs that they have still are unmatched, in my opinion. For example, the Christmas music, if you ever want to have something like that, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing that compares to the festive music pack from Chapter 1 Season 7's Battle Pass, okay? The closest you can get, in my opinion, is the Fortnite music pack. That is the closest you can get that has that similar theming and vibe to it. Nothing else in the item shop ever compares to that, or anything that they've ever done since, because they usually don't ever have a winter-themed battle pass anymore. They haven't done that since Chapter 1 Season 7, because they usually just have Winterfest at that point, and they just put cosmetics like that through there. But either way, they've never been able to match the festive music pack, or especially they've never beat it, that's for sure. And the same goes for the eerie music pack that absolutely matched the Halloween vibe completely perfectly. These things are all locked to the past, and I still do not get the point of it. What is the point of locking lobby music packs? Who is it hurting that now someone else can use a lobby music pack? It doesn't make any sense to me, and these things should have never been locked to begin with. Or even better, the Chapter 1, the original OG music from back in 2017 is just completely locked behind the Season X Battle Pass. And you didn't even have to buy that, so you can't even make the argument that you paid for it. You could have just played the game and just happened to get it because it was tier 50. These types of things need to make a return in the game, okay? And seeing cosmetics that are supposed to be limited time, that they had a giant limited edition, limited time, whatever the marketing thing was in the item shop, they had it right there on the icon, and then they're still bringing it back years later, I think gives me some hope that they could possibly do things like this again in the future. And to me, it really proves that they can do whatever they want with their cosmetics, regardless of what other people who like to gatekeep these particular cosmetics seem to think. I do believe when it comes to battle passes and how the Fortnite community views these kinds of things, they really have to tread lightly when it comes to this kind of thing, of course. And I think that's what they're doing here. They're trying to test the waters. Every couple of months, they release something else, get people used to the idea of this, and then maybe eventually they end up releasing them. Maybe not the entire pass, or maybe they'll release OG styles for these skins if they do release the pass. I don't know. But even, not even just talking about Chapter 1, let's go to Chapter 2, Chapter 3, when they started putting collab skins in. You cannot have Darth Vader, for an example, the real Darth Vader. We're in a Star Wars season right now, and regular Darth Vader is nowhere to be seen. They have to use the samurai version. Yeah, that's a cool version, don't get it wrong, but they have to use that when advertising instead of the real Darth Vader that is in fact in the game, because they know that it's currently not available for them to sell again. I think that that's a terrible thing. I don't know why. I mean, that right there could have some sort of legal problem. I don't exactly know, some sort of copyright problems. I don't know how that works behind the scenes, but I'm just saying, if it is possible and it's just them holding it back because they don't want to release battle passes again, I think that that needs to change in the future, because again, as someone who has all of these skins, it does not matter. It does not matter. I don't think that battle pass items should be really exclusive. If you want to not bring it back for 5 years or whatever, but then randomly bring it back, I think, okay, that's fine, whatever, do what you want with your item shop. You want to make things feel limited, okay, I get it, it sells, that's why they're going to keep doing it. But to put the idea out there that they could never return again, even though they definitely can if they wanted to, I think it's just an outdated idea. A lot of games don't even follow this anymore, and I think we need to move on from this. This is something that should have stayed in 2018, not something that we should still be carrying with us in 2025. But anyways, that is going to wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed it, like, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you're new here and you like videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.